The Earth hides some places that can send chills down your spine. They are desolate, silent, and almost impossible to imagine. Time seems to have stopped in these lands. Even the wind feels frozen, as if nature itself is holding its breath. Or they are secretly deadly, ready to punish any living creature that dares to tread carelessly. The air may be filled with invisible poisons, or the ground may betray each step. Or they are profoundly mysterious, defying even the understanding of modern science. Here, the ordinary rules of life do not always apply. In death valleys, toxic gases fill the air, swallowing every breath. The faintest inhale feels heavy, sticky, almost corrosive. Life disappears quietly, without a sound, without mercy. Beside the river of the dead, even the gentlest touch of its waters can instantly end a life. It is as if the chilling grip of the underworld rises from its depths. Fog-wrapped forests create maze-like paths that disorient even the bravest souls. Shadows twist and merge. Every step may lead further from safety. Finding an exit may be impossible forever, lost to the labyrinth of mist and shadows. Silence becomes oppressive, suffocating, and alive. Today, we will take you into the 10 most dangerous and mysterious restricted zones on Earth. These are places rarely touched by humans, where death and the unknown are constant companions. We will uncover the shocking truths hidden behind desolation, terror, and mystery. These are lands where nature rules with absolute authority, and human arrogance is punished with swift precision. 10. Bikini Atoll. Bikinis symbolize fashion and allure, but Bikini Atoll hides an entirely different fate. It is eerie, dangerous, and silent. Some even call it the gateway to hell. This ring-shaped atoll lies in the central Pacific Ocean, north of the Marshall Islands. It consists of 36 islands and reefs, covering only about 5 square kilometers of land. Yet at its center lies a lagoon over 500 square kilometers in size, its waters shimmering a deceptively tranquil blue. From above, the lagoon appears paradisiacal. Sunlight scatters across the water, creating ripples that seem to dance like liquid sapphires. The breeze moves lazily across the islands. Seagulls circle overhead, oblivious to the deadly secret below. But in reality, the atoll is a human-made disaster. It is a place humans are forbidden to inhabit. It is paradise poisoned, quiet, and eternal. Historically, Bikini Atoll was controlled by Japan. After World War II, the United States assumed control. Soon after, America conducted 67 nuclear tests across the Marshall Islands. 21 of these detonated right on Bikini Atoll. Each explosion released massive amounts of radioactive material into the air. The soil, the lagoon, the very air became contaminated. Rain carried the radioactive dust into the land, poisoning every inch of soil. Coconut palms struggled in silence over poisoned earth. Birdsong continued, unaware of the invisible death lurking beneath. Meanwhile, a French designer named his swimsuit Bikini, hoping it would explode onto the fashion market like a bomb. The irony is bitter and cruel. For the Marshallese people, life had become a nightmare. Radioactive dust pierced their bodies like invisible bullets, destroying cells, rupturing DNA, leaving wounds that would never fully heal. Entire generations bore the scars. Children grew up with heightened risks of illness. The land itself seemed to mourn, silent and unyielding. Even worse, the U.S. did not adequately protect the islanders. They conducted experiments on human bodies exposed to radiation. Ethics were ignored. Humanity was neglected. The suffering of Bikini Atoll is a tragedy written in invisible ink across the Pacific. To this day, contamination persists. Compared to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Bikini Atoll suffered even greater and longer-lasting radiation effects. Experts estimate it will take at least 150 years before radiation levels drop to levels barely tolerable by humans. Walking across the ruins of villages, one imagines laughter and life that once existed here. Houses crumble under the tropical sun, their shadows stretching across the empty land. The lagoon glistens, deceptively calm, yet lethal. Bikini Atoll is a monument to human hubris, a reminder that paradise can be poisoned by human hands, and that death can be silent, invisible, and eternal. 9. Dalo Volcano. Dalo Volcano sits in Ethiopia, Africa, at 45 meters below sea level, making it one of the lowest elevation volcanoes others on Earth. Its surface is layered with salt and minerals, crusty and jagged underfoot. Under extreme heat, these minerals create dazzling patterns of yellow, green, and orange. From afar, it appears alien, otherworldly, like stepping onto the surface of another planet. But beneath this psychedelic beauty, danger lurks. This land is one of the hottest and driest on the planet. Even in winter, temperatures regularly exceed 45 degrees Celsius. The ground radiates heat as if the Earth itself is alive and furious. Volcanic vents emit toxic chlorine and sulfur gases. The fumes drift slowly, deadly, and invisible, burning lungs and eyes of those unaware. Mineral deposits shimmer like underwater coral reefs, yet a single step closer could be fatal. Water in the area is highly acidic. A touch is enough to burn skin and corrode metal. Explorers report dizziness, nausea, and hallucinations. The land seems alive, pulsating with invisible energy. Dallol is nicknamed the Scars of the Earth and Hell on Earth. Its bright colors lure the eye. Its danger commands respect. The volcanic landscape stretches endlessly. Salt plains crack underfoot. Pools of acid shimmer, reflecting the blazing sun. Every step feels precarious. Scientific teams measure temperatures, gases, and acidity with trembling hands. Local guides warn against wandering alone. The slightest misstep could mean death. Even the most experienced geologists approach with extreme caution. Dallol is not just a natural wonder. It is a living warning. Beauty is a mask, and death can come to the unwary at any moment. Here, the Earth shows its raw power, a reminder that even the most surreal landscapes are ruled by danger. 8. Poveglia Island, the Cursed Isle. Poveglia Island lies quietly in northern Italy, nestled within the Venetian lagoon. Its serene waters and misty mornings conceal a grim secret. The small island carries a chilling title, the Cursed Island. Fishermen and locals avoid it at all costs. They whisper stories of death and despair, of nets pulling up not fish, but skeletal remains. Historically, Poveglia served as a quarantine zone for plague victims. During the Black Death in the 14th century, Europe was engulfed in chaos. Over 25 million people perished, roughly a third of the continent's population. To contain the disease, the sick were sent to isolated islands like Poveglia. There, they were abandoned, left to die alone. Bodies were buried in mass pits. Fires burned constantly, consuming the infected, sending ash into the wind, a bitter reminder of mortality. It is estimated that over 160,000 souls died on this tiny island. Death became its eternal resident. Over time, the island acquired a reputation beyond quarantine. In 1922, a mental hospital was built on Poveglia. It promised care, but delivered horrors. Reports describe cruel experiments conducted by doctors, purportedly to study treatments for mental illness. Patients were subjected to inhumane procedures. Some were left in isolation for weeks. Many never emerged alive. Walls absorbed cries and whispers, echoing with sorrow that never left. The buildings now stand abandoned and decaying. Cracked walls crumble under ivy. Windows gape like hollow eyes, inviting only the wind to wander inside. Yet locals say the air remains heavy. Visitors report hearing ghostly whispers, sobbing women, the faint laughter of children long gone. Some claim to see shadowy figures roaming the ruins at night. Others feel icy hands brush their shoulders in empty corridors. Walking the island is like stepping into a world where time has no mercy. Every corner tells a story of despair and anguish. The soil is still thick with the memory of countless burials. The lagoon around the island reflects a tranquil blue sky, yet beneath it lies centuries of sorrow. Poveglia is not merely haunted. It is a monument to human suffering, a stark warning of what isolation, disease, and cruelty can do. Even scientists approach with caution. Archaeological studies are limited due to the fear and local superstitions. Drone surveys reveal the remains of hospitals, piers, and quarantine facilities. But the atmosphere cannot be measured by cameras or sensors. It is intangible yet palpable, a fear that creeps under the skin, settling in bones and thoughts alike. To this day, the island remains forbidden, a place no one dares enter lightly. Its danger is not only historical, but psychological. Every step can unearth remnants of tragedy. Every breeze carries whispers of the past. Poveglia Island, the Cursed Isle, reminds us that death can linger, and that some places are forever claimed by history and despair. 7. North Sentinel Island, the Forbidden Tribe. North Sentinel Island may be the most remote and dangerous place on Earth. It lies quietly in the Indian Ocean, deep within the Bay of Bengal, far from the main shipping routes of the Andaman Islands. Almost hidden from the eyes of the modern world, the island is small, isolated, and enveloped in mystery. It has remained almost untouched by the relentless march of modern civilization. Here lives the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last truly uncontacted peoples on the planet. A people who have existed in near total isolation for tens of thousands of years. They reject outside influence in all forms, defending their territory fiercely with unwavering vigilance. They have no phones, no roads, no modern buildings, no electricity, no internet, and no external governance. For generations, their way of life has remained unchanged, preserved like a living time capsule of humanity's distant past. They survive using bows, arrows, and primitive stone tools, hunting small animals, gathering fruits, and fishing along the coastline. Every river, every grove, every hidden path is known to them intimately. Every foreign footprint is perceived as a threat, every outsider as a potential invader. Those who approach without permission face deadly consequences. The Sentinelese are highly alert, always observing, always ready. They have been seen attacking helicopters during government surveys, hurling stones and spears with remarkable precision. Their movements fluid, practiced, and terrifying to witness. Their defenses are lethal, honed and perfected over centuries of survival. Even scientific expeditions, which are often cautious and respectful, observe the island only from a safe distance, documenting their way of life without ever stepping onto the land. The island itself is harsh in its environment. Tropical storms strike with alarming frequency, their winds ripping through trees and tossing debris with destructive force. Humidity is suffocating, making every breath heavy, while rivers can swell suddenly, unpredictable and fierce. The dense forest is dark, disorienting, and easy to get lost in, its undergrowth concealing both natural dangers and the watchful eyes of the tribe. Every step carries risk, not only from nature, but also from human defense. Historically, contact attempts have ended in tragedy, with some explorers disappearing without a trace, their fate sealed by arrows, spears, or other unseen means. These stories have cemented the island's reputation as untouchable, a place where even the most daring adventurers dare not linger. It is a living warning that some corners of the earth remain resistant to intrusion, that human curiosity must sometimes yield to respect and caution. North Sentinel Island is lonely, enigmatic, and primal, a place where the raw forces of nature and human instinct converge. It symbolizes the ultimate defense of culture and territory, a testament to a people who protect their way of life with unyielding resolve. It reminds us that human progress is not universal, that technological advancement does not reach every corner, and that primitive societies endure in isolation, safeguarding traditions that modernity has long forgotten. Some doors on Earth, it seems, must remain closed, not because the world is cruel, but because it is sacred, a fragile bubble of life that thrives only when left undisturbed. The Sentinelese live with a harmony that outsiders cannot comprehend, their daily lives dictated by the rhythms of the forest, the tides, and the seasons. They possess an innate knowledge of plants and animals, knowing which fruits are safe to eat, which roots heal, and which rivers hold fish. Their weapons, though primitive, are finely tuned extensions of their will, allowing them to hunt with precision and defend with deadly efficiency. Even the patterns of the waves and the movements of clouds are read and interpreted, guiding their decisions and ensuring their survival in an unforgiving environment. Every interaction with an outsider risks exposure to disease, for their immune systems have no resistance to common illnesses from the outside world. This vulnerability adds another layer of protection, a natural barrier that ensures the Sentinelese way of life continues undisturbed. The island's isolation is both a blessing and a curse, shielding its people from exploitation while demanding constant vigilance. It stands as a reminder that human history is not a straight path, that civilization exists in layers, and that some ancient chapters remain closed, sealed by forest, C. An unwavering guardians. 6. Death Valley, USA, the furnace of the earth. Death Valley lies deep within California's desert, stretching over an area of nearly 13,600 square kilometers. It was formed around 3 million years ago, a barren basin hemmed in by jagged mountains and vast salt flats. The valley's name is not mere hyperbole. It is a natural crucible of extreme conditions, testing every living creature that dares enter. The air is dry, heavy, and scorching. The sun blazes relentlessly, beating down with intensity that makes the earth itself seem to smolder. Walking through Death Valley feels like stepping into a giant oven, where every breath draws fire into the lungs and sweat evaporates almost instantly, leaving the skin dry and parched. The temperature can exceed 56.7 degrees Celsius, with ground surfaces reaching 81 degrees Celsius, hot enough to fry an egg on a rock. The valley is surrounded by mountains, which trap heat and prevent moisture from circulating. Rain is scarce. Sometimes years pass without significant precipitation. This combination of heat, dryness, and isolation has claimed countless lives, particularly gold prospectors and early explorers who underestimated the valley's severity. Salt flats and sand dunes dominate the landscape. Their deceptively flat surfaces hide cracks and hidden pools of brine. Mirages appear constantly, creating illusions of distant water sources that never exist. Travelers wandering without proper guidance often find themselves disoriented, walking in circles, their water supplies dwindling until delirium sets in. The valley also carries a rich history of human suffering. During the California gold rush, hopeful miners ventured in, drawn by dreams of wealth, but trapped by the unforgiving climate. Stories abound of men who collapsed in the sand, their footprints eventually swallowed by wind-driven dust. Even modern adventurers must be cautious, for Death Valley's heat can incapacitate quickly, causing heat stroke, organ failure, and death within hours if precautions are ignored. The valley is more than just a test of endurance. It is also a psychological crucible. The endless, monotone landscapes and oppressive heat play tricks on the mind. Hours seem like days, shadows stretch and twist, and isolation amplifies every sound, every whisper of the wind. The mind begins to perceive movement where there is none, to sense threats in the invisible desert mirages. Despite its deadly reputation, Death Valley holds unique ecological and geological marvels. Salt pans stretch across the valley floor, their crystalline surfaces dazzling in the sun. Sand dunes rise and fall like frozen waves, shaped by centuries of wind. Rare desert flora and fauna have adapted to survive the extreme heat and aridity. Yet every plant, insect, and lizard here has mastered survival in a realm where humans can barely endure. Death Valley is a place where life and death intersect at every moment. A careless step, a forgotten water bottle, or an underestimation of the heat can end a human life instantly. It reminds us that the Earth's raw forces are indifferent to human ambition or courage. This is not merely a desert. It is a natural furnace, a realm where survival demands respect, preparation, and humility. 5. Lake Natron, Tanzania, the River of the Dead. Lake Natron lies in northern Tanzania in the East African Rift Valley, a place where beauty and death are inseparably intertwined. Its waters appear calm and inviting, yet they conceal a horrifying truth. Any creature that touches the water risks instant petrification. Lake Natron is highly alkaline, with a pH level exceeding 10.5 and water temperatures reaching 50 degrees Celsius during the hottest months. The lake is infused with minerals, salts, and sodium carbonate, which over time calcify the bodies of birds, bats, and small animals, turning them into eerie statues. The result is a landscape of frozen life, as if time itself has paused in a single, terrifying moment. Flamingos, however, have adapted. Tens of thousands migrate here to breed, building nests from mud and ashes on the lake's shores. Their vibrant pink feathers contrast starkly with the red, brown, and blue waters, creating a surreal scene of life thriving amid death. The lake's danger is immediate and invisible to the untrained eye. A single wade into its waters can cause burns and chemical injuries. Its alkaline mud can corrode metal equipment or shoes. Local guides warn against swimming, explaining that even brief exposure is risky. Lake Natron serves as a chilling reminder. Nature does not exist for human convenience. Beauty and peril can coexist in the same space, and survival depends on knowledge, respect, and awareness. For the unprepared, the lake is a literal river of the dead, where the line between life and death is drawn in an instant. For Bermuda Triangle, the sailor's graveyard, stretching across the North Atlantic. The Bermuda Triangle connects the Bermuda Islands, Miami in the United States, and San Juan in Puerto Rico. It covers roughly 1.3 million square kilometers of ocean and has earned the ominous moniker, Sailor's Graveyard. Over the 20th century, countless ships and aircraft disappeared mysteriously here. In 1945, the U.S. 19th Flight Squadron vanished during a routine training mission. Their radio signals stopped abruptly. Rescue aircraft sent to investigate disappeared one by one. Later, in 1948, a commercial flight reported strange, singing over the radio before disappearing from radar forever. Explanations abound, from extreme weather, unpredictable currents, and magnetic anomalies, to more speculative theories, rogue waves, methane gas eruptions, even parallel dimensions. Yet no definitive answer has been found. The triangle remains a zone where nature and mystery collide, and where human confidence meets its ultimate limit. The region's ocean currents can create waves up to 10 meters high, capable of overturning ships and disorienting aircraft. Hurricanes and sudden storms strike without warning. Modern navigational instruments may fail due to magnetic disturbances, adding yet another layer of danger. For centuries, sailors have treated the waters with reverence and caution. Legends of ghost ships and unexplained disappearances have embedded themselves deeply into maritime culture. Even today, professional crews approach the area with heightened awareness, knowing that a single mistake could mean permanent disappearance. 3. Kunlun Mountains, Gate of Hell. Nailingale Canyon, hidden deep within the Kunlun Mountains, stretches over 105 kilometers in length and spans roughly 33 kilometers in width. Its steep ridges, jagged cliffs, and narrow passes make it one of the most forbidding natural barriers on Earth. The canyon is often shrouded in mist, giving it a surreal, otherworldly appearance. Yet beneath its beauty lies a relentless and deadly reality. The region is known locally as the Gate of Hell. Ancient legends tell of travelers who entered the canyon and were never seen again. Compasses fail mysteriously, electronic devices malfunction, and even experienced mountaineers report sudden disorientation. Some claim the canyon itself seems alive, devouring life with invisible hands, while others whisper of spirits haunting the cliffs and ravines. The natural dangers are equally lethal. The canyon's rocks contain veins of magnetite and highly magnetic basalt, which create powerful localized magnetic fields. These fields can interfere with navigational instruments, making it nearly impossible to find one's way out. The surrounding mountains trap air currents, causing sudden thunderstorms with lightning strikes far beyond normal intensity. Even standing on the ground exposes travelers to step voltage, an invisible but deadly risk. History is full of tragic accounts. In the 1990s, a herder lost horses within the canyon. While the animals returned days later, the man himself was found dead, his body twisted in fear, his clothes torn, but with no visible wounds. A geological survey team camping in the canyon was struck by severe lightning. A cook survived, but was left unconscious, while others barely escaped with their lives. The canyon is home to hidden dangers beyond the natural. Local tales speak of strange calls echoing from the mist, phantom figures in the shadows, and sudden hallucinations that confuse the mind. Visitors have reported seeing shapes that vanish when approached, hearing footsteps when none exist, and feeling an overwhelming sense of being watched. Even scientists, explorers, and mountaineers approach with extreme caution, documenting only the terrain and magnetic anomalies, yet leaving the deepest secrets untouched. The canyon's environment is extremely harsh. Temperature swings are sudden and extreme. Exposed ridges can scorch in the sun, while shaded gullies drop sharply into freezing pockets of cold. Strong winds whip through narrow passes, dislodging rocks and creating treacherous footing. Every step is a risk. Every pause may be fatal. Nailingale Canyon is not only a geographical wonder, but a test of human endurance and courage. Every entry demands preparation, intelligence, and respect for forces far greater than oneself. It is a place where life hangs by a thread, where the boundary between reality and myth blurs, and where the earth itself seems to guard its secrets. 2. Wallow Mountain Soul-Luring Forest. In Maishan, Sichuan, lies a primeval forest of staggering scale, covering nearly 880,000 acres. Locals speak of a trail hidden within this forest called the Soul-Luring Path, a place where travelers can easily enter but may never find their way out. Wallow Mountain's forest is dense, layered, and confusing. Tall trees with intertwining branches block sunlight, creating shadows that shift constantly. Rotting vegetation and swamp gases, such as methane and carbon dioxide, rise from the forest floor, inducing dizziness, fatigue, and even hallucinations. Rivers and streams twist unpredictably. Repetitive scenery makes direction nearly impossible to discern. Legend says instruments fail mysteriously in the forest. GPS devices lose signal, compasses spin erratically, and even experienced adventurers report a creeping sense of dread as they wander deeper. Some who enter become trapped for days, some vanish entirely, and others return with stories of hearing whispers, seeing fleeting shapes, or experiencing intense, inexplicable fear. The forest is not merely dangerous, it is a psychological trap. Isolation, disorientation, and sensory overload can lead to panic, exhaustion, and hallucinations. The mind begins to imagine threats in the shadows, turning every rustle of leaves into a predator, every gust of wind into a warning. Even seasoned explorers must maintain constant vigilance, for a single lapse can mean becoming lost or succumbing to injury or heat exhaustion. Despite its dangers, Wallow Mountain is ecologically rich. The forest is home to rare species of plants, insects, and animals adapted to its unique microclimate. Streams shimmer with life, and flowering plants bloom amidst the shadowed undergrowth. Yet all life here thrives under the constant pressure of danger, mirroring the forest's dual nature, beauty intertwined with lethal risk. The locals call it the land-based Bermuda Triangle, due to its similarity to oceanic zones of mystery and disappearance. Travelers are advised to approach only with guides who know the terrain intimately. The forest remains a place where curiosity can be fatal, where the line between exploration and disaster is razor thin, and where the earth silently claims those who underestimate its power. 1. Sahara Desert, the Golden Sea of Death. Spanning 9.32 million square kilometers, the Sahara Desert is the largest desert on Earth, covering much of North Africa. It is not merely a barren land of sand. It is a merciless realm of extremes, testing the limits of human endurance. Daytime temperatures soar above 58 degrees Celsius, with ground surfaces reaching 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. At night, temperatures can plummet near freezing, creating an almost impossible thermal swing. Water and food are scarce. Sandstorms rise suddenly, blinding travelers and stripping moisture from the body. Oases are rare, and mirages abound, luring the desperate into fatal errors. The terrain is unpredictable. Dunes shift constantly with the wind. Soft sand drains energy with every step. Hidden salt flats, dry riverbeds, and abandoned depressions can collapse under weight, swallowing explorers. Even experienced desert navigators face disorientation, dehydration, and hallucinations, sometimes imagining water where none exists. Despite its cruelty, the Sahara hosts life adapted to extremes. Camels traverse the sands, storing water in their bodies. Desert plants survive with minimal moisture. Insects burrow deep to escape heat. For humans, however, survival depends on careful planning, skill, and respect for the desert's relentless power. The Sahara is a place where every step is a battle with death, and every pause is an acknowledgement of life's fragility. It is both magnificent and terrifying, a golden sea that dazzles the eyes while threatening destruction. It reminds us that nature's raw force is indifferent to human ambition. Only preparation, vigilance, and humility can allow passage through this unforgiving expanse. After exploring the world's 10 most forbidden zones, you realize these places are more than coordinates on a map. They are hidden threads of Earth, where nature and human civilization intersect in extremes. Each zone tells a story. Death Valley devours careless breaths. Lake Natron turns every touch into an end. Misty forests erase direction and reason instantly. These places remind us that humans are mere visitors. In the face of nature and the unknown, we cannot fully control them, nor easily understand them. Their allure lies in the coexistence of danger and mystery. They attract adventurers and explorers, while warning anyone who approaches recklessly. Some remain observers, some keep their distance, yet some cannot resist curiosity. With modern protection and technology, we may approach certain zones safely for a time, but their essence remains unchanged. Danger and the unknown lurk in every wilderness, every river, every mist. They remind us that human knowledge and power are limited. True natural forces are far deeper and more unpredictable than we imagine. Each entry into a forbidden zone tests life, courage, and intelligence. Each exit brings respect and awe. The world's 10 forbidden zones are not just points on a map. They are Earth's deepest, most incredible secrets. They are trials for the brave, scientists, explorers, and anyone willing to face the unknown. Their danger commands respect. Their mystery inspires knowledge. They show that Earth still holds countless places, far more thrilling and unbelievable than any legend or story.